Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to restore this KLR 250 bike frame. This will be a part of a larger series where I fully restore my 1985 KLR 250, so stay tuned for future videos. The aim of this video is to show you how I use minimal tools and spray can to achieve the final result. As you can see, this frame is in major need of a restoration. Firstly, what we're going to do is clear out any major debris, dirt, anything can get in the way of the process, and then we're going to apply a thick layer of paint stripper to the frame, and this will have a chemical reaction that will start to degrade the paint over time, so then we can easily scrape off and get to the frame itself. Now I'm just going to apply it to the other side. Again, thick layers, so I might go over the same point once or twice with the brush, but the point is you want to have a good amount of the stripper on the paint for it to actually react to the paint. Try and get there in all those little tight spots. Here we can see the effect of the paint stripper on the paint. The paint's starting to flake off and almost fall off the metal frame, which will be easy for us to start cleaning. As you can see, it doesn't get all of it, but it gets most of it, so you're going to have to go through this process once or twice, or use a tool such as a wire scraper or a drill brush to get all the paint off. But for now, it's a good start. At this point, you can use anything from a paint scraper, wire brush, drill brush. I'm actually using a razor blade here, and as you can see, just light little shavings is taking off all this paint quite easily. Although I wouldn't worry too much if you can't get all the paint off in one go. This is going to take multiple goes, and as you can see, even though I'm scraping it off, there is a bunch of gunk that's coming off with it. And here you can see that the razor blade couldn't get in all the little tight spots, so I had to resort to a wire brush, which will help me get all those hard to reach areas. For the paint to adhere when we start repainting, we have to make sure there is no paint stripper and the metal is very bare. This is why we are using a wire brush here, because it's going to do a great job of just scratching the surface to let that primer adhere to it and have like a really good stick. Again, preparation is everything when it comes to painting this frame, so I'm going over each spot multiple times with multiple different tools. And you can use anything from a drill brush to a wire brush to a razor to a paint stripper to anything you can think of. I'm regularly using paper towels because there's still that thick amount of film and goo on the frame, and I'm just slowly wiping that down as I go. To continue the prepping, I wipe it down with acetone on a microfiber cloth before every single coat, and this just makes sure it kills any bacteria, grease, grime that could prevent the paint from sticking effectively. Now that the preparation is complete, we can start painting. For this application, I'm going to use the Dulux Metal Shield Primer, as it's a great use for this application. A couple things to note is that I'm starting the spray before I hit the object and then continuing off, because at the start of the spray there can be a little bit of a build up which will throw a bit of gunk and create a less even coat across the project. As you can see, I'm trying to do long motions, again starting the spray before I hit the frame and letting go after I get off the frame, and I'm just going over with a light coat. This is the result of the primer. As mentioned, we've done a light coat, we've gone over it multiple times, everything's looking good so far. Now I'm going to start the first coat. For this, I've waited 24 hours between the primer and the top coat, and I've also wiped it down with acetone on a microfiber towel just to make sure no dust got on there within that 24-hour period. Again, I'm starting the spray before I reach the frame, going across, letting go after, light sprays, nice and even, and I'm holding the can about 20 to 30 centimeters away from the frame to ensure I'm not too close and it gets too runny. For this paint I'm using a wheel acrylic paint because it's the closest colour I could find that I wanted for this project. After assessing the first coat, it looks fine so far. There's no major blotches, there's no running marks, and it just shows that this first coat has been applied well. However, I did find a spot where all the paint from the original coat wasn't taken off. So here I am wet sanding it with about a 600 grit sandpaper, just to try and remove that first layer of paint, so then it looks very smooth over the whole course of the frame. This was after 24 hours and the paint drying. And then I'm wiping off the residue with acetone and a microfiber towel again, to make sure that there's no problems with the next coat. Here we are for the second and final coat for this project. Again, same process. Start off the frame, long strokes, around 20 centimeters away, nice light and even, and this is more of just a touch up because we did a bit of wet sanding in the previous coat, so I'm just making sure everything is smooth and evenly covered again. And now we're going to do one final check and just make sure that I've hit every spot. There's no uneven patches from previous paint or grime. And so far it's all looking pretty good. I'm very happy with it. Now for the final product, this is going to serve as a great base for the KLR 250 restoration project. Hopefully this has taught you something about painting. I tried to use minimal materials and a spray can only, and the result came out really nice. If you are interested in the journey of this KLR 250 full restoration, please like and subscribe, as I'll be posting videos regularly, and also making more how-to videos on each aspect of this bike build. I will link all products used in this video in the description, so just give that a check out if you're interested in using the same paint. Thanks for watching this video, first of many. I hope to see you around in future videos. Have a great day.